Hey everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining. I'm Dr. Angel Storm. I'm here to answer one of your questions that you sent to me on Quora, which is, in general, what is the narcissist hiding? And in general, like generally speaking, everything, the narcissist is hiding everything. So when you talk about a narcissist, there are so many layers to what's actually happening. I've talked about this before on this channel, but the narcissist doesn't know themselves. So they have never really sat down to think about how they want their life to be, who they are. They are unwilling to address past traumas, especially very traumatic issues they have, and especially experienced in childhood. They're moving forward past that without ever coming to any kind of closure. So they're just wanting to pretend like that never happened. And so they build these exterior walls, these facades that you see and interact with, to hide and cover up whatever that issue was. So for them, for example, if they were like repeatedly like bullied, like seriously bullied as a child, or even taken advantage of by adults in their life of one form or another, they'll make themselves appear to be the opposite of whatever it was that they felt like in that moment. So if they felt weak or not in control at all, or if they felt like they weren't seen, or if they felt like they weren't valuable, they're now going to do things or invest their time into things that make them have the appearance that they are all of those things, that they are worthy, that they are somebody, that they are noticeable. And so their behaviors are going to be about creating the opposite of whatever they felt like in that moment. And narcissists, this isn't something that just happens. This isn't like a one-time thing. This occurs over and over and over. This is something that the narcissist continuously works on. This happens over a period of years. This doesn't just happen overnight. So there isn't like one single instance that will convert somebody into a narcissist. It doesn't work like that. There's serious fundamental identity issues. So if you're speaking in generalities about like what is a narcissist hiding, at the very core of who they are, it's their identity. It's who they truly are. And that's a mystery even to the narcissist. The next layer is this protective, defensive mechanism that they have created, these facades that they've created to avoid feeling that pain, to avoid dealing with those underlying issues, and to actually make a genuine change in their life. They don't even want to address that with themselves, let alone have other people being able to see that. So these create the facades. One of the ways that they express control manipulation in their tactics, in their interactions with other people, is by being able to do the abuse, like gaslighting, like name calling, like minimizing, like all using flying monkeys and other things, because this makes them feel very powerful. Not only can they control how somebody else, like one person, their supply is feeling, is thinking about, and all of these kinds of things, but when they have flying monkeys, it also gives them that same sense of power and control, because they have all of these other people who they can get to do their desires just simply at their word. And so the abuse itself is empowering for the narcissist. You know, the actual process of getting better at this manipulation and control makes them feel like nobody will ever be able to hurt them, or make them feel very small, make them feel very weak or unseen, or whatever it was that they experienced growing up, or even at some point in their adult life too. This can happen. So the narcissist has all of these different layers, and the way that you're going to, when you first interact with a narcissist, the first thing that you're going to meet is typically a very charming, friendly facade that makes you feel very comfortable and safe. And I've talked about this before in one of my other videos. One of the most common lies that the narcissist will create is this false sense of safety in the atmosphere. So you're going to have everything in common. The narcissist is going to have everything in common with you. Whatever it is that you like, they also like. Wherever you grew up, they probably also grew up there. So they create this instantaneous feeling of like you've known them for your whole life, like you can trust them, like you're very safe and comfortable in that atmosphere. And this again is done on purpose. So that's going to be the first thing that you create. Underneath that is what they're hiding: the control, the manipulation, the need to be more important than what they actually are. And underneath all of that is hiding all of that trauma. And there's layers within each of these, depending on the narcissist. We sometimes think about narcissism as like everybody behaves this way. If you're a narcissist, then you must do all of these things. And that just isn't true. The narcissist, first of all, there's many types of narcissists. I've told you this before, that narcissism, the actual diagnosis of having NPD, is part of the cluster B personality disorders, which mean there's typically more, there is more than just NPD going on. You can be narcissistic and borderline. You can be narcissistic and antisocial, narcissistic and a psychopath. There's multiple disorders that go with the cluster B personality disorders, which is why they call them clusters. Like there's many of them together. So number one, it's going to depend on what NPD is actually accompanying, another diagnosis that NPD is accompanying. It's going to depend on the actual personality of the narcissist. It's going to depend on the environment that the narcissist lives in. So the location of the narcissist, the culture that the narcissist is in, that's going to affect it. The age of the narcissist is absolutely going to affect it, because number one, younger narcissists may be more cruel and vicious and easier to spot, but that's only because they haven't had as much time as older narcissists to perfect their craft. So you have to understand that there's going to be a bunch of different variables. It's never going to be like all narcissists behave this way. There's narcissists are people. They have personalities. They have a history. They have an environment that they're operating within, and so they have to get to know the environment. They have to get to know who to connect with to move up in the next whatever goal it is that they're trying to reach the next level of. And there's a bunch of different things that will affect how a narcissist behaves. So it's not like if you meet a narcissist, this is for sure something that they're hiding, or that this is for sure going to be a red flag. This is why on this channel, I don't teach people to diagnose other people. Number one, you're not a clinician. I'm not a clinician. I don't diagnose people. I am here to tell you what the red flags are so that you can make an informed decision about what is a healthy lifestyle and connection for you to get involved in. If you've gotten into an unhealthy connection, an unhealthy relationship, an unhealthy pattern of living, then this channel is going to tell you these are some of the things that maybe you ignored. These are some of the red flags that you didn't pay attention to. These are some ways that you can get connected back to your identity so that you can start over, and not only just start over, but ensure that moving forward you're not going to have the same people, you're not going to be attracting the same spirit in a different body, and you're going to be able to make healthier choices for yourself because you understand your own self-worth. So that is the purpose of this channel, by the way, is to do all of those things, is to help you know yourself, know the environment and the atmosphere that you are living in. By the way, narcissism is not relegated to some specific part of the globe. This is not based on geography. Can there be a higher percentage of people who are narcissists or who have higher narcissistic traits in a society? For sure, because of what's occurring in that specific area. But to say like this is only a Western phenomena is absolutely false. So having the general knowledge will help you be able to move across age, gender, geography, culture. It won't matter, because you're going to be able to pick up on the red flags. You're going to be able to notice them. So what the narcissist is hiding at the very, 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 very core is going to be different for every single person because it's going to depend on that person's experiences. But the way that they protect themselves will be the same. They will have the general same traits and patterns of behavior. You're always going to find control. You're always going to find manipulation in the personality of the narcissist. Again, this is the actual diagnosis is a personality disorder. And so the personality is going to be very manipulative and controlling. And that's always going to come across. How it comes across will be different for each person, and the way that they hide those things. So the first level of the narcissist that you initially meet will also be different based on who the narcissist is as a person as well. So it's more or less getting to know the middle part of every narcissist. You know, just being able to identify the control, the manipulation, how this makes you feel, and what are you going against? What are you giving up in your own self, like your own values, your own worth, your own convictions, in order to make that relationship work. So you guys, I hope this has answered that question. I hope this video helps you, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel below and turn on the little bell so that you're notified whenever I upload a new video to this channel.